Today on the Eat to Live podcast.
And when you eat greens, beans, nuts, and seeds at the exact same time in the same meal, it's 4 times more effective than the drug like Ozempic.
No way.
Yeah.
Eat your vegetables. Hey everyone, welcome to this mini episode of the Eat to Live podcast where me and my sister, Dr. Cara Fuhrman, are just going to riff. We're just going to go off about a topic, pop off, talk to each other. And today's topic, I'm so excited. Are you excited?
I'm pumped.
I
don't even know what it is.
It's a surprise topic. It's a public service announcement to eat your vegetables. So, Dr. Cara, we did an event this weekend. We did a Pilates event where we educated people in LongevityRx about nutrition. Can you talk about the carotenoid scanner and what it was?
We brought a carotenoid scanner, which is a scanner that you put your hand up to because it can read a pigment with light in your hand, and carotenoids are antioxidants. So it's reading how many antioxidants are in the skin, and how you get antioxidants in the skin is by eating fruits and vegetables.
Right.
Any sort of color that you're eating. And we were at a Pilates event where we brought the carotenoid scanner, which a lot of people were there, very focused on how they look, how they feel, very into health and wellness.
It was a good looking bunch.
It was a great looking bunch.
Yeah.
And so many people were in the standard American diet, carotenoid scanner, very low.
And what's so interesting about the carotenoid scanner is eating your vegetables could mean a lot of different things. It could mean eating 3 pieces of broccoli. It could mean eating Dad's huge salad that's as much as my body weight. It really just depends. And what's so cool about the carotenoid scanner is we're quantifying that. So what does eating your vegetables actually look like? And my definition might be way different than yours. And let's talk about what we really mean, because on the nutritarian diet, we want any healthy eater, centenarian, someone in the blue zones, to get like above 60,000 in the carotenoid scanner, I think it was. And we had a bunch of healthy looking people coming up to us and being like, I eat so many vegetables. I'll be so good at this, and getting a 20 or 30.
Totally. And it's because you're right, quantifying the amount of greens that you're eating is hard. And we have a way to do it, which I just love, because I can say, if someone tells me they're eating a lot of fruits and vegetables, I can be like, no, you're not. Where can we fix that? Let's do a diet diary and talk about where that's coming in. 2 pieces of broccoli, as you said, is not a lot of green vegetables.
Our definitions could just be very different.
Totally.
So yeah.
And we are a green vegetable dependent animal. The more greens you eat, the healthier you are. There's no way to deny that.
100%. And it helps fight disease or reverse disease. It does so many things. So I was talking to you about this idea too. People are obsessed with protein. So I think a lot of like the fitness community looked really healthy, thin, all this stuff, because maybe they are eating, a lot of them came up like, oh, I eat a lot of protein. Like, I'm very into the meat, which if you're filling up on meat and you're a good body weight, you might not have room for a lot of other things. It's a high calorie, it's high in protein, but it's high in fat. Like, people never talk about the fat.
And when you say people are saying they eat a lot of protein, I want to clarify this, because patients will be like, I need my protein. There's animal protein and there's plant protein. And they're 2 different things. So you have to clarify like the animal protein or the plant protein, because you can have just as much protein in a plant-based diet. I just want to say there's studies that have shown typical vegan diets, let's say, are 10% protein. Typical animal-based diets are 17% protein. And a nutritarian diet, how we eat, is 20% protein, which is even more than an animal-based diet. So I think it's important to clarify when we're talking animal protein versus plant protein. And like what you're saying is people are eating a lot of animal protein, and that's why their carotenoid scanner is so low, because they're filling up on animals rather than plants. And it doesn't really matter what you eat. The message is just eat more plants and eat more greens.
Eat vegetables, the PSA.
Vegetables.
So beyond that is like, I didn't mean to roll my eyes, because I think people who are interested in health and wellness, there's just so much misinformation on the internet. And although they position meat and protein as like the pinnacle of health, it's not the only sources of protein. Hey, it's not even the best sources of protein, because you know what? Bok choy has a lot of protein, and so does hemp seeds and flax seeds and beans.
And you know what else those proteins have in them is phytonutrients and antioxidants coupled with it. So you're getting the protein with so many other nutrients that fight cancer, reverse disease, get rid of your diabetes, get rid of your heart disease, all of these things.
Totally. So at the end of the day, vegetables have protein. I just want people to know that. Vegetables have a lot of protein. And you know what? They don't have a lot of calories. So it's high nutrients per calorie. Where did I get that from? Nutrients per calorie.
Health equals N over C is health equals nutrients per calorie. That's the number one principle of a nutritarian diet.
Exactly. So these things matter. And also, I just wanted to say that if you take a carotenoid scan, if you want to know what your numbers are, green vegetables, bok choy is really high in the Andes scoring system, what Dad calls nutrient IQ, which means aggregate nutrient density index.
Mm-hmm.
It's just quantifying, again, the best foods for you.
Totally. Like, you can be vegan, you can eat animal products, but you can do both of those things and have a really low carotenoid antioxidant scan read on either one of those diets.
Totally.
So just eat more fruits and vegetables. And people who say that fruit they don't eat because it's too high in sugar, I'm sorry, people. But fruit is so good for you. It has so many antioxidants. And the fruit sugar is so different than the sugar in candy, than the sugar in honey, the sugar in maple syrup. Like, let's just eat things that come from the ground.
Totally.
I think it's so cool that we need to eat things that come from the ground because I love the earth. Can we talk how beautiful it is?
Mother Earth. The colors. There's so many. It's vivid.
It's awesome.
So eat your blackberries, blueberries, cherries, raspberries. Eat your bok choy. We love bok choy.
We love bok choy.
Kale. Pea shoots. Pea shoots, that's a microgreen, but I meant snow peas.
Snap
Oh, yeah.
peas? You like snap peas?
Snap peas. There's
she
snow
means
peas.
snap peas.
There's like snap peas.
You mean snap peas because that's
Snow
the ones
pea.
you love.
I love them. Or is it, there's a snow pea too.
You should really also eat your sprouts.
Sprouts.
If you want if you want to increase that carotenoid scanner quick, let's just throw sprouts on sprouts on sprouts.
Also, I just need to point out a personal favorite, which is goji berries. You know, I add that to my breakfast cereal.
I did that today.
So high in antioxidants.
So high.
It's wild. I think it's the Mayans used to use them as a therapeutic superfood. Like these foods that civilizations have been using for hundreds of years, many, many moons ago, are actually truly superfoods and medicinal. And they have a lot of health benefits, which is wild. So this is just like a little motivator to remind people that no matter what your dietary goals are, no matter if you have health concerns, if you don't, at the end of the day, if you're not eating your vegetables and fruits and berries, you're doing yourself a disservice.
And if you do have health issues, you need to eat your greens and your fruits and your everything and beans too. And if you don't have health issues, you also need to do that because if you don't, you'll get health issues. No one's invincible and you can't just say you have good genetics. There's no such thing.
It's like a very small population.
It's a very small population that can be centenarians with not eating healthy, but it's not common and you can't think that that's going to be you. You can't say that's not going to happen to me.
And I will say, this is all really good news because all these foods fill you up and sustain you so that you don't have to go hungry or be like questioning how much you should eat and limiting your portion size. We want you to eat huge portions of the right things because they make you feel good on the inside. That's
a really good point that I just want to point out here before we is that we've all heard of Ozempic, the things that, cause you to be more satisfied on less amount of food. They decrease your appetite through a drug that uses GLP-1, which that's exogenous, meaning that you're getting it from somewhere outside, like the drug. But there's something called endogenous GLP-1, which is made by your intestinal L cells. And when you eat greens, beans, nuts, and seeds at the exact same time in the same meal, it's 4 times more effective than the drug like Ozempic.
No way.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
At decreasing your appetite and making you feel more satisfied.
So is this why you call them like nature's Ozempic?
Yeah.
Right. Wait, 4 times more.
4 times more effective.
Tell me the foods again.
Greens, beans, nuts, and seeds all together within one meal.
And I have spoken with people of recent who have, they follow one diet or another and they're afraid to eat nuts and seeds and the fat. And I'm just like, girl, fix that because A, they taste so good. They're so good in desserts. And the fat
Dressings.
It's the good fat that makes the bad fat slide off your body. It's doing yourself such a disservice.
I did recently have a patient who told me that she can't eat nuts and seeds because it makes her gain weight and she's no longer at her ideal weight. And in that case, that just means you're overdoing it on nuts and seeds. Like, I don't eat a handful of nuts. I make all of my dressings out of nuts and seeds. I do eat my flax seeds in my berry bowl and sometimes on my salads, but I make sauces for my dinner out of nuts and seeds. I'm not like eating handfuls of them. I probably have about 0.5 ounces of nuts and seeds with every single meal. For someone that's larger, like maybe a male would have, 1 ounce with every single meal, maybe to total to 3 ounces a day, where I can only eat 1.5 to 1 to 1.5 ounces a day. But all I'm saying is you have to know the right amounts, but you have to eat them because a little bit goes a long way to increase the amount that you're satisfied, to reduce your appetite, and to get the necessary fats that you need.
Totally. Wow. Thanks for that education on GLP-1 because we hear that as such a buzzword, and it's nice knowing that you can have nature's GLP-1 and keep you.
And it's sustainable because you can do it long term. Like, people go off these drugs because there's side effects and they can't be on them forever, and then they just gain all the weight back, which is even more dangerous than losing weight in the first place because rapid weight gain after losing weight it goes straight to your organs. It's called visceral fat, and that's the type of fat that causes people to have like heart attacks and strokes.
Wow. Okay, so I'm changing the episode title to, instead of eat your vegetables, it's going to be eat more vegetables because that's the challenge.
That is the challenge. You want to eat as many vegetables as possible and have a competition with someone in your life to see whose carotenoid scanner can be higher, who can be healthier. We do this to each other. So I think it's really fun. And today I'm like, get in the goji berries, get in my greens. I'm going to be higher than Jenna tomorrow.
And we're not saying overdo it. Like, you want to eat till you feel comfortable and satisfied, not pushing limits. But at the same time, like, yeah, a little friendly sister competition ain't bad, but supporting each other is the real goal.
Absolutely. We want to be at the same number, really. It's just a funny competition.
Yeah, you're funny.
You funny girl.
Okay. To end this episode, we're going to do a foot 5. 1, 2, 3.
Did we hit it?
Yeah, I think we slayed it.
Woo! Eat your greens.
Eat your greens. Eat your greens. Eat your greens.
I gotta go.
Okay. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.